that heat, boy.
Yeah, my day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we hit it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, we wrap up Week 11 with a good Monday nighter between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Herbert to throw right away. And right away, he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, LA! That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
to admit I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Carr to throw. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that.
They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Henderson will cross the line. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Carlson now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter.
Raiders 14, Chargers 7.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. The Chargers at 8-1 on the year. They come in here hot. I mean, over the last 9, Charles, they are 8-1.
And that record, the way that they're playing, they've proven to me, and I think anyone else in the league, that they're able to go toe-to-toe with anyone, and they look forward to the challenge.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And some room to work. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Running on first down, Eckler. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage.
And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Pretty entertaining start. 14 all to score on EA Sports. The tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Again, it's Henderson. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. Look at a nice little drive brewing right here.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darrell Henderson with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Raiders have moved out in front. So 2 touchdowns for him on the ground in this first half, and that one a thing of beauty.
And just like his last touchdown run, we saw him be patient. How about his vision where he's able to identify where the opening was? And then how about the escort right down the field all the way to the end zone from his blockers?
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Fair catch made on the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
And they imposed their will on that last drive. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Herbert. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Herbert on 1st down now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. It's Eckler again. And some room to maneuver. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 70 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this 1st half.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Running up the middle, here's Dillon. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A.J. Dillon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Henderson running straight ahead. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On 2nd down, back to Henderson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Touchdown! Darrell Henderson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Raiders have moved out in front. Carlson on for the PAT. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game.
Makes the score Raiders 28, Chargers 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now it's Herbert. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Well, that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number. And he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time. And you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from arm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Allen, the man in motion left. Here's Herbert. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Again, Herbert. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Carlson now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Raiders 35. Chargers 21.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. He's going to float this one deep right side. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the Raiders are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. On first down, Carr. Quickly a slant to Renfro. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. 98 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, worthy adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball. Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Looking deep for Adams. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Henderson. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 42. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now a handoff, Henderson. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Carr. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 22.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Throwing now is Carr. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. From the gun again to Henderson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. It's only gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? He's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. And he knows how to find the end zone. That time, he just didn't get there.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing 2nd and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like 2nd and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a first down.
Herbert now. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On first down, it's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Chargers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. A carry by Henderson to start the drive. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Again, it's Henderson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Play action. Now it's Carr. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On the handoff, Henderson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Carr. Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief. Huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that made him save points on the board when this drive is over.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Carr. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
The Chargers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken at the 46. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, When they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll go down at the 28. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Whipping one into Allen. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers! Austin Eckler, a 7-yard touchdown ground. And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
Carr going to throw here. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Carr to throw. That's taken in by Henderson. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all the...
This is caught inside the 15.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Dillon up the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. Again, it's Dillon.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Third down, here's Eckler. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Jonathan Garibay out there now, and this is a big pressure spot. This to potentially send us to overtime. Garibay's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe call is to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Here's 2nd and 10. Carr to throw. He'll air this one out for Boyd.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allow him to run with him stride for stride.
Throwing his Carr.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead. But ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They run once more with Henderson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert.
First throw of overtime for Carr. Steps away to his left. Looking deep for Adams. Oh, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
What a big-time interception that is here on the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, they're already knocking on the door with a short field. Remember, all they need is 3 points to win this game.
And that thinking just can't limit them on offense. The playbook should still be wide open. Get a first down, maybe 2. Do it safely. Nice throws that your quarterback can make. Nice runs that your running backs like. But make sure you get yourself into position and let your kicker have at it.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Second and 8. Up the middle with Eckler. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Herbert with his first throw in OT. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just trying to find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Dillon trucks over him. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders 17.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And room there to work it inside the 25.
102 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Herbert gonna throw. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can compensate and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Chargers,